Okay, this next one that we're going to use, we're actually going to do is called drill through. Now, drill through is it goes from one dashboard to the other, and you can, from as far as I know, I think you can go as far down as you want to go with the report. So you have one screen that you can move on to the next screen, and you can get more information on the second screen. And then you can also do again if you wanted to, and move on to a third screen. In my case, what I did was I used drill through to help me go from year to month and to day. So I've got these three here that are going to help us use the drill through feature. Excuse me. So then let's start off with the first one here. Drill through is it's kind of messy right now, but this part here does. It's not giving me much information, but if I wanted to, let's say I wanted to just look at American cuisine descriptions, and I just wanted to look at 2019, something recent. So under McDonald's here, I can see that during this year, 2019, it received these grades here. But let's say I wanted to go a little further down. So if you right click on this, if you click on left click, then right click and use this drill through to go to the next dashboard. Notice down there towards the tabs in the bottom, you've got drill through A, drill through AB, and then duplicate of drill through AB. So if we go to drill through AB, I'm going to go from year to months. So now I'm looking at just the values for McDonald's only. But it's not your McDonald's here, and I am looking at to see of these. These are all the months selected. So 2019 was the year selected. Now I'm looking at McDonald's here to see that McDonald's scored had count during the month of, let's see here, during the first month of January, it scored 15 grade A's. And then this one here is the next month and so forth. Let's say I wanted to go a little further down to this one, and then just one more time here, go from month to day, and to see which ones exactly were they. So I'm going from year to month to day, and these were the McDonald's that had all the selections, all the filters that I had asked for it to do. It's selecting all the days here. So these are the days as far as it had scored a grade A for McDonald's, and this is the streets in which they did. It also has to go. So let's say we wanted to go back. It has this thing here that go back. We're gonna hit Control, goes back to this day, and Control to go back to this other day. So it looks like it. I asked for it to select all these grades. However, it didn't score anything lower than A. If you wanted to, we can go down to Duncan. Also drill through for Duncan, and then also look at Duncan. There's Duncan. Now during these months here, notice there that it is missing 10, 11, and 12. Maybe because they didn't get inspected during those days. But during the month of January, here is that one. On to grade, there's 5s. Those here is during this one, count to grade 1. If you wanted to, we can add the table here also to see the grades here during those periods of time. Here's the month of March again. So let's go down, drill through to get the day for all these days here. A and B for Broadway, Francis Lewis Boulevard, Grant Street. And these are all the Duncans during this period of time. Again, so this is the back button to go back 2 times. For the month of 2019, select all the months, sorry, all the years. 2016, let's exclude those 2013, 2018, we can just select 2013, 2018, 2019, and we have 2019 and 2018. 2013 isn't showing. Guess maybe we don't have much to qualify for 2013. Okay, so this is what we're going to be building. We're going to be using these. We're going to be making 3 tabs, one for the year, one for the month, and one for the day. So let's start off with the table that we're going to be using. Let's see here. I'm going to be using this table here. We're going to have it give us, let's see here, the DBA. There's a DBA. For the legend, we're going to go with the year. And for the values, we're going to go with the count grade there. So there's that. There is 2014 to 2019. For those specific ones there, we're going to add also a slicer here to kind of give us stuff that we want to know. So here's a slicer. I make it a little smaller. So for the slicer, cuisine description, I'm gonna drag and drop. So you can select each one, but I like using drop down. Allows me, it looks cleaner for me. I'm also gonna select it, format it, and again I'm gonna add select all. There to give me the options to select all of them. Next thing we're gonna use slicer for is the year. Let's see here. Let's try to align that there. Looks like it's there. Make it smaller. I'm gonna add the year to this. Click the year. I'm going to, let's see here. Let's see here. I want to change this to be, give me the option to do, actually this might be okay. I've been using the drop down so much. I'm actually gonna do this one alone. So I can use the selection 2014 through 2019. If I wanted to, I can go back and use the drop down. I'm actually gonna leave this one alone there. So from 2014 to 2019. And now we're gonna add the grade here. Let's see here. I'm gonna add the grade. Gonna line it there. Add the grade there. And like before, I'm gonna change direction for it to be horizontal. Gives me that look right there. Selection controls, show all, select all, so I can select more than one. Okay, so that's the first one there. So from the first one there, we are going to create the next one. We're going to create another. Before we do that, for page 1, I'm going to allow for this drill through. I'm going to say on cross report. This allows me to again use the cross report. So I'm going to add one more here, another one. Turn the cross report on, and I'm going to add the table earlier. For the table, I'm going to add, let's see here, the DBA for the axis. And add the month for the legend. The month. Let's keep this with numbers there. And then I'm going to add the count of grade for values. Count of grade, there you go. And then for this one, we're going to add the month. Let's see here. The month. Just going to select month. We're going to use a drop down. We're going to use format. And I'm going to select all there. And just make it small enough right there. And for the grades, let's see here. That's fine right there. Oh, not that one. We want this one. There you go. Select month. And I'm sorry, not this one. I take this back. That's not month that we're doing there. We're actually adding the grade there. Then we're going to change the format to the horizontal. And for the selection control, we're going to add select all. There you go. Okay. And then for, let's see here, to connect these two there, we are going to need to take one more step here. I was saying the drill through function here, to go from this one to this one, we allowed for it to be on, and page 2 description here. So to allow for it to go through the drill through, we need to actually go to page 2 and allow for those things that we want drill through to be there. So here under drill through, we had the DBA right there. We had the cuisine description from the previous dashboard. We also had year, and last but not least, we had a grade also. That's correct. Is that just one more? Like I said, we're going to add day and here also. I wanted to add a table here. Give me some information about the restaurant we're looking at, the street where that restaurant is at. I'm just going to add one more thing here. I'm just going to add the phone number here. Just want to keep it on there. And then we're also going to add a slicer here. Oh, we need to add turn on the cross report there. We're going to add the slicer here. The slicer is going to be for days. In these days, I want to see the option to do select all. And I'm also going to add grade as one of my slicers if I wanted to, or maybe a table would be better. I'm just going to stick with the slicer for now. If you want to, change this to a table so that way you can see it being filtered from one thing to the next. So here is grade there. I'm drag and drop in this case here. And just as before, I'm going to change. It looks like I'm going to change it to be horizontal, and for it to have the option to select all. I'm also going to add this last thing here, latitude and longitude. And I'm also going to add just bear with me for a second here. I'm referencing my previous, what do you call it? My previous work here to see what I did to show. Here you go. The legend I had DBA to give us descriptions of these places. There you go. And there you go. So for this one here, being how I also want it to be part of my drill through, I'm going to add for this here, for it to be drilled down to, I'm going to add the TPA cuisine description. that. And then I'm going to add a grade to this one as well. Be part of my drop down. And you notice how it adds this little button here and it's to go back. I'm going to name this one Bay DBA Drill Through. I'm going to name this one Month DBA Drill Through. And then this one I'm going to name it Year DBA Drill Through. Okay, so there you go. That's how it's done. So now you select the time that you want. So 2018 or 2019. I select the one that I want and it drills through month. And it gets filtered down to what it shows. There's Duncan, there all the months, and then down to Duncan, drill through to today. And it provides us with the information behind Duncan in this third page. This one was not a good one. Let's try one more here. Duncan was not a good one. Let's try, if we can, see if we can drill down the Subway here. Drill through month for Subway. There's Subway again, and then drill through here for Subway under day DBA. There's DBA Street. Let's see here. Subway grade. DBA is Subway grade A month year. Oh, I see. So just like I'm selecting a specific year, and it's making it hard for me to use this function. So let's kind of widen the range here and choose more than one. I'm gonna use drill through for that one, and then drill through for that one for the day. And that should allow me, give me something to look at. Let's see here. Let's see what is going on here. DBA Street and phone. Let's see. So I'm not really sure why it's not filtering the way it should be. So again, to reference this back to what I was working on, I built this before. It seems I'm trying to get this here to show the DBA and the street there. I see now. See now what's going on there. But so I figured a way to kind of solve this issue here with the drill through was looking at from here and making sure that the drill through function follows through from one page to the next. I'm actually going to create a duplicate of this page and kind of work with that as opposed to building this day one here. So the first thing I'm going to do here is change this from a columns to change it to a table. I'm going to get rid of month, and I'm going to get rid of also grade, and I'm going to add street. So that way street shows up there. And I'm going to change this from month to day. So where is day here? There it is. There's the day there. Let's go and exit out of that one. Let's go ahead and drag and drop day there. And let's make sure it kept, there it is. I'm going to leave this alone. And I'm going to add the map latitude and longitude here. And I'm also going to add, let's see here. Let's see, going back to the legend here, I'm going to add the DBA. So I've got day there. I'm going to delete this one. so that way it doesn't mess it up here. Not doing delete page. It's going to ask me if I'm sure. I'm going to say, yep, I'll go ahead and delete it through. And this, I'm going to rename it today. There you go. So let's try this again. So from here, I'm going to select, I'm going to narrow this down to see if it works better this way here. So there's Subway there. Let's go ahead and drill through the month. Let's go back here. So control that. I'm going to try to include all of them there. There you go. Let's use Starbucks instead. Starbucks is actually one of my favorite places to go to. There's the month for Starbucks. I mess with those. Here are all the months here. I'm going to choose this one there and drill through per day here. And there you go. Here are all the Starbucks, the grades. Here's where you'll see them. So this is going from year to month to day. And it's being, as it PowerBI references, it's being drilled through from one to the next. I have to go back. I can always just click the tabs here, or if I wanted to, I can go back to by using this little tab right there and choose narrow down my selection to I don't know, bakery, I guess. And I could wanted to actually let's do American. If I wanted to, I can go from this instead of going to month directly, I can go to day, the day report. And it shows there, it filters it to what I'm choosing. There's all the McDonald's, to the streets, and the grades for each one. So that is the drill through function, but made it easy. I wanted to include that one error I had, so that way, if it happened to you, you kind of know what to do as is expected when we work on these projects. When we're working on projects, not everything turns out to be perfect. Not everything turns out to be exactly the way we plan it, but we make the best situation that we can and we move on. All right, thank you for listening to this session. I hope you have a good day.